it's the World Theater's been here a long time, and it's been part of generation after generation. So I mean, my grandparents watched movies in this theater. My great-grandparents watched movies in this theater. My parents watched movies in this theater. I'm sure they had dates in this theater. And that's just me, and just think of all the people in Kearney who have got that legacy behind them, and to see it brought back to life from what it used to be too when I grew up, it feels really good. It feels like people are appreciating something was built to last, and we're going to help make it last. Since we've been a nonprofit and opened, it's really accessible to the community. Whole families can afford to come here. And that's because we wanted people to be able to come and enjoy this whole experience of a movie house, which is kind of not really around anymore. There are big theaters, but it's nothing like this. Steve and Joe, say hi. Lost a few kernels there, but
that's okay. It's good fun.
There you go. Thanks a lot, you guys. We appreciate it.
Keep the world turning.
Oh, we will. You guys take care. Thanks for your support. So we've been closed since March 17th, and it's now May 23rd. So a few weeks after COVID shut us down, we opened up for a few weekends and did curbside concessions. Took about a month off, then we came back last weekend, and we're back here this weekend doing it again.
It's been really positive the way the community's rallied around to help out our local treasures in Kearney. There's a magic of when people get to gather together to tell stories, and I wanted to help support the theater in any way that I could during this really bad time. What kind of really fills me up with hope is that people never run out of generosity, and they never run out of ways to help you survive when it doesn't look like maybe you can. And that's something that keeps me coming back to Kearney time and time again, is our ability to come together when things get tough, and for people to never stop surprising you with their generosity.
The World Theater is a nonprofit movie house that was originally built as part of the Masonic Temple building in 1927 here in downtown Kearney.
1927, this was not too terribly long before the fall of the stock market, and Kearney was still a small town, and I think to have a movie theater at that time was a big deal. People went to the movie theater for lots of different reasons. They went to be entertained, but it might be the only place that you could get news about what was happening around the country. So you could go to the movie theater and see the newsreels and find out what was happening in Europe, or you might be able to find out what was happening in the war.
So up here is our balcony. We've got our 77 new seats here. This will be a booth area here, a booth area back there. And this is our new concession area right in the center. Well, yeah, I mean, in a non-COVID situation, we'd probably already be reopened right now. My first reaction was just, well, we'll just get through this. We'll have to shut down for a while. And, in a few months, we can get back open, And my first concern was just keeping my patrons and my volunteers safe.
I think we were a little bit worried when COVID hit, and I think a lot of probably nonprofits were worried about where's our money going to come in, how are we going to get this? We need the shows to go every weekend. We show it 3 times a weekend, and that's the money that keeps us going. And I think we're a little bit nervous.
We dumped all of our money into this renovation. We had barely enough for a few months. So I had to lay off my father, I laid off Tammy, who helps clean the concession stand, laid off our cleaning guy. We canceled everything we had, all of our subscription services, everything that makes this place tick, just to lock up the money and hopefully make it through.
And then that faded, and we realized, we are more inventive than just showing movies in here. So, we just said the world's temporary closed, but it's certainly not the end of the world.
I think there was a point where movie attendance changed from something that one would do regularly people started doing other things. There were lots of other distractions that one could engage in besides going to the movies.
2008, the theater shut down. At that time, it really fell into disrepair. Just was ready to close down, but it was sad for Kearney because everyone had such amazing memories of it. Then a group of people decided to give a go at it and see how much is this something that Kearney wants to have, and the response was amazing.
Ever since we took over the World Theater, the drive-in closed at the same time the World Theater did. So everyone has always been asking us, are you guys ever going to do a drive-in? And this is the perfect excuse right now. We've got 5 shipping containers. We got 3 in the front. They're 9 foot high, 40 foot wide. There's 3 in the front, and the 2 in the back are supporting the ones in the front for any kind of wind that we might get through here. So right now, these guys are using the lifts to fix a frame to the other side of this. They're going to attach a screen made out of billboard material, and we'll have a screen. This is only a few blocks north of the old drive-in. So this is a pretty nice nostalgic area of town, location for it, so it actually works out pretty well. It's been pretty magical. We sold out at 5 o'clock today. So we got to announce that right after everyone got off work, and so now all the pre-sales for tomorrow and Saturday night are taken off, and we're still getting cars in. They started showing up at 7:22 tonight. We're opening the gates at 8. So they're already in line, so we let them in, you know, and then we are still taking some cash from people at the gate. We can fit more, but we started off with a smaller number just to make sure we get them in here comfortably and on time. But we've got like an hour until showtime, so it's going to be a lot of hanging out, watching the sunset. So it's pretty magical. It's amazing. It brings me back to my childhood, going to the old drive-in. So this is an amazing night. The weather seems to be agreeing with us beautifully. We've got the clouds all kind of coloring the sunset. So yeah, you couldn't ask for a better night, especially for the World Theater.
Now turn to your left and straight back. And that's good. You're good.
Give yourselves a honk for joining us and supporting the World Theater. Yes. All right. We're going to kick the show off here. Remember, we got Goonies next weekend, the 25th through the 27th. The 4th of July weekend, the 2nd through the 4th, we've got Independence Day. And just announced today, July 9th through the 11th, we've got Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Tickets are live, folks. Thank you all very much, and enjoy your evening.